Well, that time we were in the middle of guerrilla warfare all the time. The whole 30 years that I would my first time there, and these guys came in. The fighters, we called them the fighters, who lived in the hills, attacked, doing guerrilla warfare. They came into the city and shot up a bit one time. And of course the Ethiopian soldiers who were there to keep it under Ethiopian control were shooting back and wanting to find them. Our university, by that time, the building was 4 floors, so, they could, and a flat roof. So one day, the soldiers, 2 of them fell, and it seemed that there were snipers on the university. So these soldiers threw in mortars and whatnot, and then came into the building where we were, and gathered it all together, said they were going to shoot us first before they shot the fellas that were snipers that were in. But we hoped there was nobody in the building who was an actual guerrilla fighter. And so, but we were gathered together in the hallway, in the foyer of the university, and they said to kneel down on the floor and put their hands on the floor. I was standing near the phone which was at the door, and as they said this, the phone rang, and I picked up the phone, and then this soldier swung his rifle and trained it right on me. And I said, well, I've done this. And on the phone I said, hello. So the young man at the other end, he said, oh, hello, I'm phoning from the Bank of Ethiopia. He says, are there going to be the examinations this afternoon? And I said, I'm told that I said, the only examination at the University of Asmara today will be the examination of conscience. And then I put the phone down. I presume that I said that, and that I had to get my hands and knees. The funny thing about this is you don't, at that particular moment, feel panic or fright, fear. You just take it at the moment. There was a young man who had been my student, by the way. His name was Hadis, and Hadis was there. He had worked in the office at that time, and he was singled out by the soldiers, and they pulled him about, knocked him about, saying he was one of them. He was a fighter, and they were kicking him, really treating him very badly. And he kept on saying, no, they were kicking him. But then the commander came down from where he had been, and he said, that young man has an ID card, he worked for the university, leave him alone. So they stopped, they desisted. Years later, when the fighters had won, and when they had overcome the soldiers, this was 1991, many young people were coming back, to see us and salute us in this day of joy, this time of joy. And this young man came back, Hadis. So I was talking to Hadis a lot, over a cup of tea, as usual. And I said to him, do you know those soldiers that beat you about that time and said you were one of the fighters and so on? I said, it wasn't true, was it? And he said, yes, it was true. I was one of them. I was an inside worker for them. These are the things that happen.